G'day, it's Scott Piggins, CEO and founder of Wealth Migrate and chairman of the Global Wealth Group. I want to bring you a wealth insight here from Wadi Rum in Jordan. We're in the middle of the desert. Saudi Arabia is 20 kilometers that way into the mountains of the desert. What is today's wealth insight all about? And I'm sorry if there's a little bit of wind. It's about patience. And it's really interesting because we're here in the desert and these rock formations have been formed over thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And what's really interesting is that this whole area was under sea many millennia ago. And when the sea left, you can see all the sandstone, and it's actually quite interesting if you just pan around. This entire environment here has actually been used in many different movies, like Star Wars, and I can't think of any of the other ones, but Martian movies, etc. Because the landscape is so unique. And really the metaphor that comes to me is I've been doing this personal development course for 4 days, and if there's one word that's come through for me, it's patience. And landscapes like this were not created in a day, they weren't created in a month. And it reminds me of the saying that Tony Robbins says that we overestimate what we can achieve in a year and we underestimate what we can achieve in 10 years. And so when you're creating your masterpiece, do you have the patience? You know, I tended to joke all the time and I would say that patience was not a virtue that I was born with. And yet maybe that's the piece that I'm missing. Maybe the piece is that to create a masterpiece, to create a life of legacy, a life of purpose, a life of meaning, is that sometimes you need to slow down. Sometimes you need to just enjoy the peace and the tranquility. And sometimes you need to understand that it takes time for things to happen. And so, I hope you enjoyed the Wealth Insight. How can you find the patience, the peace, and the space in your life? You know, I leave you with one final thought, and that's a concept I learned yesterday. I have heard it before, but it was reinforced yesterday that most of us in life have something happen to us, and then we have the way we react. And someone who's mindful has something happen to us, a stimulus, and then they have space, and then they only react. And I'm sure if you look at your own life, if you've taken time and you've had space, you're probably a lot happier with the reaction that you had, good or bad. And so it comes back to patience and space in your life. If you enjoyed it, let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you think of this incredible environment out here in the desert. Subscribe to the channel, and as always, we want to empower 1 billion people. We can't do it on our own. We can only do it by sharing the 2 first steps of the framework of the 6 steps for investors, which is belief and knowledge. It all starts in the mind. If you don't get the mind right, everything else is a waste of time. Until next week, enjoy this Wealth Insight. Cheers.